Were you called?
Not called. Someone hanging off the...
Oh. Okay. Yeah, you saw me hanging on a picnic table. I'm guessing this park isn't used a whole lot.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, I see someone hanging off somewhere.
Oh, like maybe it's a suicide thing?
You don't know. Car parked here.
Yeah, I've been here all day pretty much. Just hanging out because I saw this on Google Maps. I come from the south. I was just looking for somewhere to hang out. So I just... And I know it's Lions Park.
Yeah.
And I don't think city is this, it's like, it says incorporated. What kind of, to know who owns the property, you know what kind of software you use? Because I looked at Regrid, it's an app.
Yeah, I know. I'm not familiar with all those apps. I know there's apps. But
yeah, I looked at the...
They're out of date too, but I don't know. I don't know who...
Well, I'll tell you, this looks old. I tried to use some electricity. I tried to plug in, and there's no light bulbs. None of the electricity works. The bathrooms are like, they got bars across the door.
Yeah.
I mean, this...
Yeah, well, I believe it's...
It looks like they had good intentions. They have some kind of a shop light in the corner there. Yeah, another shop light you just get at a hardware store or something. It looks like they had good intentions, but now it's maybe...
It's the Lions Club.
Yep.
I don't know if the city owns it or
No,
not.
well...
I know we enforce it as a city park.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, what's the curfew then?
10.
10, okay. Yeah, I'll be out of here by 10. I mean,
Where are you from?
just traveling. I've been traveling for a number of years. Just up and down and heading east, just for the weather. I'm kind of slowing it down a little bit. It's a little cooler now, but I'm sure that 100 degrees is coming in no time.
Where are you originally from?
Well, I mean, where I was born was Wisconsin.
Really? Okay.
But I mean, I've been around. I'm 47. Okay, I'm a little older, so you know, you look a little younger.
Yeah, I'm 24.
Okay, yeah. So there's a little difference in perspective on things.
Yeah.
Like,
you just travel the world, or?
Yeah, well, no, I can't even. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to really get into Canada, or I don't know. Like, there's COVID credentials before, and there's strict. Well, I guess Trudeau and Biden, they're like opening up the borders. Maybe it's easier.
Yeah,
but I would like to get up there. Yeah, I don't have a passport. Yeah, I know in Washington you could have it built into your driver's license to cross the border, because people live, you know, along there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd like to get up there for the summertime. You know, I went as far south as, well, the coast, the Gulf Coast in Louisiana. Saw the rice fields, the oil fields. Yeah, and I've had cops from Louisiana stop and talk with me. Yeah. So it's in every state I've had a stop. And we're in Illinois. You're my first Illinois stop, practically. Yeah. You weren't called, but you had to check me out. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And even if I wasn't hanging on that picnic table, you'd probably still want to look at my car. You'd probably want to check that out at least.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Either way, just, you know, make sure I'm not strung out on drugs.
Yeah. Well, it's odd. You know, I mean, typically we don't have anybody hanging out down here.
Yeah.
When we do, it's teenagers, and they're down here smoking pot.
Okay, you've got in the news, there's been issues of, they're not. It looks like they're not really destroying the place. I didn't see any parents come out with their kids to play on the playground. You know, it's cold out though. You know, the temperature has some influence on how people do things. Yeah. Once it warms up, maybe there'll be
city day for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how you describe it. I like it, but I mean.
Well, it wasn't hot, but the wind. If it wasn't for the wind.
Yeah. I'm just happy to not be burnt up by the sun. It came out a little bit, but you know, whatever. It's
You ride bikes too?
well, it's kind of a short distance stuff, and especially if that car breaks down, or if it gets impounded for some reason, or if it just whatever, I have a backup, and then backup for my bicycle or walking sticks. So I kind of fall back. I always want to be prepared for falling back, for the unknown. You know, do you have a fear of the unknown?
I think everybody has some type
Yeah.
of fear.
Yeah, I've heard a prosecutor ask a witness that. It's just it's one of the most generalized statements to ask. It's like, yeah, everybody's gonna have a fear of the unknown. It's just, you can't predict everything. And you at 24, you've seen less patterns develop than me in my age.
Yeah.
You know, I've noticed more patterns been going through life, so I've kind of gotten into more of my kind of routine. But I mean, there's patterns for different lifestyles. I've been watching patterns for my lifestyle. You watch patterns for your own lifestyle. There's things that you would notice that, you know, in a pattern of some development that I wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
You know, you've gotten different training than me.
Yeah.
You know, how long have you been working for Whitehall or as a cop in general?
August of 21.
Okay, yeah. So right during COVID, you had the mask.
Yeah.
Your first day, you were all masked up, and
Yeah.
you know, that could have been, you know, your future, being in a mask the whole time.
Yeah.
It was unknown. You know, you didn't know what to expect. For me, it was an anomaly. It was just kind of something that it looked like a passing phase to me during that COVID time.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things. I grew up during like nuclear threats. They had us going in the corners in the school building and putting our hands over our head, ducking down. Because in the 80s, there's still a big scare about nukes and stuff. But I think that died down,
Yeah.
you know, your time.
How long you been like traveling?
Just 10 years. It's a long time. Yeah. I mean, I checked out
Do you work?
what?
Do you work, or you just-
I don't know. I post videos of my travel on the YouTube. It pays for gas a little bit. I like to record my driving, show people how perfect I am at driving,
Yeah.
and then things that look of interest. I have that.
What's your YouTube?
Well, I got a couple. I got 4 channels. I'll tell you, my most popular one is my.
Write it down.
Oh well, okay.
I'll check it out.
All right. Yeah, my most popular one is a cop channel. So, and yeah, you're city police, right? You're not. Yeah, you're not sheriff deputy.
No.
You're not state.
No.
Yeah, I've had all the varieties of police stop and talk with me. On my cop channel, I got over 100 videos easily. And all right, you're ready to write it down?
I'm ready.
Sure, I'll tell you. It's called Let's Exchange IDs with Travis. All right, that's the cop channel.
All common spelling.
Well, let's, you know, it's let's exchange IDs with Travis. So it's 5 words, yeah, and yeah, it's got 60
ID as in like ID
as in your driver's license. Your ID.
S or after the ID.
What's that?
Like ID.
Oh, it's-
or
It's like your driver's license, your ID. You know, I mean, you practice it.
I got you.
You know, hey, can I see some ID? Can I see some ID? You know, that happens.
If there's an S after the ID.
Well,
Let's exchange ID.
I think it'll still pop up
Okay.
because I have about 68,000 subscribers.
Really?
So it's going to be more top of the list for results when you look that up. So yeah, it is interesting how that you know, like you know, I had a similar situation with, you know, you pulling up in the grass, me laying on a picnic table in Washington. I'm just trying to remember the name of the city, but he was telling me there's skateboarders that jump on the table and you know, just be careful on the table.
Yeah. Well,
that's-
like I said, I was going down the road and I see someone hang off the table.
Oh, you could actually see it from a distance. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was back in 2015. So I have cop videos. Well, my travel channel's got the older ones. This cop channel started in maybe 2017, but they go back to 2014. So I've been having in this and I started traveling in about 2012, and along the West Coast I started getting cops stopping, and sometimes I'll park in the wrong spots. Just there's people who call me in, or just as a part of your regular patrol, you'd be like, what's this guy? What's going on with this guy?
Yeah.
He's out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
But I look at it as like, you're not on an island. I mean, all the rivers are bridged pretty much, or there's at least ferries. You pay $20 to cross, but it's easy. It's not like going to Hawaii. People wander around, and I wander.
Yeah, you're not doing anything wrong.
No, I know. Yeah, I'm highly dependent on Google Maps. Are you familiar with the Alms House? You ever hear of that historical site south of here?
Yeah, it's around Carroll.
You ever hear what happened to it? Because I look on Google Maps in that time frame, and it looks like it has a roof, just a little part caved in. And I go there now, half of it's leveled. There's absolutely no roof. It looks like a fire damage happened.
Yeah, it has caught on someone. No power, obviously.
You heard something that happened out there?
Obviously lit it like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because it looks old, like an old fire. But Google Maps, the satellite view is older itself.
Yeah, it was recent. It was within a year or two, probably.
Oh yeah, okay. That's unfortunate because it's an alms house.
It's well known around here.
I expected. That's why I asked. Yeah. I spent the night there because it's county lands. And I just, I play on my computers, and I figured, what the heck? I spent the day there, and the nights. And it's pretty peaceful, nice and quiet.
Yeah, there's rumors that it's haunted.
I figured, there'd be. It's half burnt down, half the ghosts probably had to move out. But yeah, it's a poor house. Alms is like a poor house for poor people.
Yeah, that's the nickname for it. It's called the poor house.
The poor, yeah.
All the teenagers go, right? Do their Ouija boards and stuff,
Oh, you?
Yeah. No, I never did it.
You're okay. You just that's a central point. That's the place if you want to spook yourself.
Yeah.
Go there at night, and it's a dead end road. People don't just drive by it recreationally. You actually have to intentionally get there, because of the dead ends. Yeah, it's interesting. I have a little drone. I flew it around. I want to post that on my travel channel.
Yeah.
And I talked as I was flying around, just trying to give audio too, because I don't want to make it just a silent fly around of the place. And it's fun to check out, and it was just something that I had to I study the map close. You have to sometimes zoom in and look closely around. It just popped up. I'm like, it's a small place. It's not advertised. And you have to zoom in on Google Maps and I don't know. I just happened to come across it. I'm like, what the heck? I'll check this out. And then I look on Regrid and I say, okay, who owns it? And it's county property, and the farmland around that site is also county property too. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I've always heard it's private, but I don't know.
You've heard that it's private?
Yeah, but I don't know that.
Yeah, no, nobody put up any signs.
I think the farm ground.
And that's the thing.
I think you're right with the house. I think the city of Carroll owns that.
You think the city? Well, okay, it's not registered as that on Regrid.
Yeah, I'm not telling you that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm going by what. Yeah.
I vaguely think I remember something like that. But I don't know.
I hope the Regrid is professional enough to keep on top of the current ownership.
Yeah, with there's people that go off that stuff. So obviously, you count on it quite a bit.
I'm counting on it. Yeah, I just found out about Regrid too a few weeks ago. Somebody just kind of told me about it.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Of those apps,
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
You gotta pay for it.
Nope.
No.
There are features that you would buy, but you can use a good portion of it for free. That's very helpful. But there's other, like, you get alerts. You pay for alerts if there's a ownership change. Also on Google Maps, they're starting to put outlines for the park too. That wasn't really present before. The red dotted line. I look at Lions Park and I get a red dotted line, and I never seen that before.
What is it like deterring, like the Just property line.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, you know, when I walked over to Casey's, I was wondering if I was walking on private property. And then I checked, then I looked at Google Maps a little closer again, and it's like Lions Park owns the whole path. So, and I wonder who's mowing this too. It's like maybe they're leasing it or something. The city's doing it, but that's something else. Yeah, but it's helpful because if I get cops who have issues with me being on certain properties, it can be cleared up a little bit easier on the apps.
Yep, you're all good.
I've had some issues in the past in Louisiana specifically. Forget the name of the city. The town is a town, more of a village, and I was like in this, I don't know, this road, this just kind of outside of a park or something, and the cops come up and say, yeah, it's private property, you can't be here. And I'm like, who owns it? And he's like, the town. Well, then that's public property, but still, it was an attempt to get my ID, to identify me and run me through the system. So, and there's different cops who have different attitudes about that. You know, when I say Fourth Amendment protections, what do you think? You know, every cop is like, some cops are like, screw that, and other cops are like, oh, I wholly respect that.
Yep, everybody's got rights, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I never asked for your name.
And I mean, you can. I'm willing to exchange IDs. That's the premise of my channel. I'm willing, and it comes down to the Fourth Amendment right. I have a right to be secure in my person, and also there's the Fifth Amendment. They say that anything that I have to, anything that's seized from me, I must receive equal payment in return. And I think it's more than just land. You know, if the government like does that seizure of lands for, I don't know, building a highway or something, they have to pay an equal amount. I say it could go smaller than that with IDs. I think, you know, if you want my ID, then I ask for equal, like an equal exchange in that regard, and that's under the Fifth Amendment for our rights. So, but you know, you know, you being able to carry a weapon, I think you could just simply say, if I ask for your ID, you could just say, well, I got a Second Amendment right, come and try to take my ID. You know, you could protect yourself. You know, all I could say is, I got Fourth Amendment rights. I can't draw a weapon and say, hey, you know, come and try to take my ID. I just rely on my civil rights. Try to maintain try to live within my Fourth Amendment like a bubble. I try to live within the space of my rights. Try to not to overstep other people's rights, and ask that they don't invade my constitutional rights as well. Just live within my bubble, and people overstep it, and controversies happen, and that's why you have such nice courthouses in a lot of towns, because a lot of money flows into the courthouse over these controversies. You might. I haven't really been downtown at your town, but
there's a new coffee shop that opened up called Branson's. I want to say is the name of it. Just opened within like a week or two ago.
Okay.
They got some donuts, coffee, ice cream. They
okay.
got some,
yeah.
I believe they're called Lotus drinks and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. I tried to get in a coffee habit, but you can see I'm kind of a nervous guy. If I do coffee on top of the nerves, then my heart races, and it seems to race to the point where it's just too much. I tried it. That's a place to hang out. That's you said donuts. I mean, that's kind of holding up to the characterization of the policeman with the donut shop. Already, find out that you know where all the coffee shops and donut shops are. There's that characterization, but I mean,
I don't like coffee. I'll eat donuts though. I'll eat donuts.
Yeah, well, I'll say I was a cop in the Air Force, but this was back in the mid '90s.
You're ex-military?
Yeah, I was in the military. Yeah, and it was just Air Force. What'd you say?
I said I appreciate your service.
Well, it just felt like a job for me though, because I didn't really see any action. It was just kind of I was cop. I protected the base. It's slightly different. You don't really protect the base, you know, IDing everybody who comes in and out of the city. I had to do that. We had gate guards. You know, it's a different, way of policing.
Yeah, exactly.
But it felt like just a job for me, guarding planes. Nothing really made me feel like made me fear for my life while doing it. So it's just, you know, I don't take the same amount of it's not like on the level of pride like those people who fought in World War II or I don't know, kind of Vietnam. Vietnam is kind of a shameful issue there. I went over to the desert, but it was just to protect the base, you know, no missions. So it was just a job, kind of like you know. But I had we could expect people to hold themselves up to a higher standard of living, generally. But still, soldiers make mistakes, especially Marines. They love to get into fights quite a bit. That Air Force tends to be a little bit more responsible. But yeah, here, I mean, it seems like a sleepy town. This park has been quiet all day. I don't know what kind of problems you may have, but it seems fine. From
pretty quiet town.
Yeah.
You going south or north?
I'm going north. Yeah. So Jacksonville. Okay. There's a Walmart. I spend the nights at Walmarts and then look for parks, just libraries, just kind of. Yeah. I'm heading.
There's several parks in Jacksonville.
Yeah. I think I see some that I like to check out, hang out at.
Yeah, check out Nicholas Park.
Okay, that might be the one on the southeast side of the city, the corner. There's a golf course, I think, and yeah.
The lake there.
Yeah, there's the lake. Yeah, there's just kind of another place to hang out for a day, and I do that. There's just every day I'm looking for just new places to hang out as I slowly move north, and just be a bum. That's all I do. There's no end game for this. it's just kind of I just kind of take it easy. I'm older. I want to eat right and exercise. Is that what you're doing? And I highly that was exercise, and I recommend doing a lot of back bends. Really, you see the bar? I'm holding the bar and then bending over the table, and using the bar has been a game changer for me. I was doing it without a bar, and I was losing motivation. But
would you have your feet locked in something?
Yeah, it's a strap. There's a strap.
Oh, okay.
And I use carabiners. I sewed about an 11-foot strap, and there's carabiners to measure because picnic tables are different widths. And I make sure that my feet are secure. They have to be secure.
Yeah, like you're gonna.
And then because I sit too much, and this is a great little it offsets that strength imbalance from all that sitting. Yeah. And using a 6-foot bar, so I have full extension, being able to hold. And I kind of do like a bit of a curl. I'm pulling. I don't just hold the bar. I'm also both hands. I'm pulling in, and it kind of works the bicep a little bit. But it pops my back. I've had a lot of trouble over the years popping my upper back, and I start using the bar because I never popped my back without the bar, and I was doing this bendovers for years, and then I started a past couple of months ago using the bar, and I start popping my upper back pretty easily too, and it's a relief because I have some problems, kind of like an old football injury. Oh, you might have a. So I'd recommend, get doing more back bends because you sit a lot. You wanna reverse that.
Yeah, I gotta get out of the car.
Yeah, and not just walk, but really do a good reverse type exercise. The neck, the back of the neck. I put it's laying on that dirty ground, but the towel. So I push my head against the bar to work the back of the neck, and then lift up. Works all the back of the leg, and yeah, just the whole back region. You straighten out. So, well, yeah. So.
I ain't got no issue with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Just see what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just talking.
Yeah. Well,
so.
Take care. Have a good one. Safe travels.
All right. Yeah. Yep. Have a good one.